Welcome everybody to another episode of Dark Souls 2, and let me go ahead and tell you what we're doing today, because you might be sitting there thinking, what is he gonna do? What is there left to do? Well, I can tell you, we are gonna do some crazy frickin' things today. Things that partially I haven't even done myself previously, so we should probably have a good time here. I mean, at least it's gonna be exciting. Good time is relative, I guess, in that sense. But anyway, let us go ahead and travel to the King's Gate, the very first bonfire that you are going to run into in the Drangleic Castle. So, as you might remember, that is actually right next to another one of those bigger doors that you need the King's Ring or the symbol of the king for. And that is exactly what we're going to start with right here, because I don't know how to exactly get started with all of this, because there's actually quite a bit that I'm now going to have to explain, I would assume. So let me very quickly take like a second or two to think about how I'm going to put this, and then immediately put it exactly that way. So, yeah, we already finished one of these doors, right? We had 3 as an option, now there's only 2 left. The first one was very much the Aldia's Keep, and then Dragon Area and the Dragon Shrine as well. And at the end of the Dragon Shrine, we now picked up an item called the Ashen Mist Heart. Let me actually go ahead and show you what that is all about. I totally always forget where it shows up, so excuse me for that one, but I will now have to once again cycle through all of this and be really stupid with everything. I like to do that, apparently, but there we go. It's actually where the keys are at as well. So, it tells you right there in the description, delve into the memories of the withered. And we are going to now also read the other information that gives you. And yeah, the magic of an ancient dragon, very much the one that we were talking to at the end of that last episode, allows one to delve into the memories of the withered. So, I can already go ahead and tell you that the withered are basically, for the most part, the giants. Giants in the forest of the fallen giants, so for example, those trees. And by for example, I mean very much those. And then there's also another instance where you can use it, but probably just not going to spoil that right here, because the giants are what we are going to focus on for now. And by for now, once again, I do not mean right now, because right now we're doing the other thing, right? So one of those giant tree corpses that you can now enter with the Ashen Mist Heart is actually right behind that other gate, that third one. We're now behind the second one, and that takes you to a whole different place. A place that I would like to take care of right now. A place that I'm also really, really scared of. I should certainly stress that. Because keep in mind, I think, said this when we were about to fight the Guardian Dragon. All these bosses that we're now doing, I've only done once, right? I've only done them once. I'm now ahead of where I am in the New Game Plus. So, for example, these guys coming up right here, the Throne Watcher and Throne Defender, I've only done one time, so this should be exciting as all hell. I did decide there to simply go ahead and summon a few guys for this fight to make it a little bit easier on myself, because this is not by any stretch the most difficult fight, but it's just a little obnoxious, which is probably not fair by any stretch to say it, to put it that way. But there can be some obnoxious bits in this boss fight, because these guys basically are your standard dual boss fight thing, right? So, pretty similar to, I don't know, like an Ornstein or Smough, not as dramatic though, and the little gimmick here. So whereas, for example, the Ornstein and Smough fight had a gimmick involving the, like, absorption of just weird, right? Is that even how you put it? Is it absorbing? I don't know. Frickin' whatever guy you kill first is then absorbed by the one that is still alive, and that is basically the gimmick to that whole fight. The one becomes stronger after you kill him, or after you kill one, the other one becomes stronger. God damn it! There we go, something like that at least. And here, once one dies, the other one will actually go ahead and try to revive the other one. So what I certainly want to try to do before I fuck myself too much is basically try to get him down simultaneously, or at least have both of their health bars be pretty low once one of them says goodbye and then just dies there. Because if not, the other one of course is going to have a lot of time to heal his partner, and that is something we certainly want to avoid. So let's see how both of these guys are now going to tackle this whole situation. But I'm actually really liking the way everything is looking right now. Both of those are really low, and now this is where the whole fun bit starts, because we want to now kill the Watcher before she revives. Is it even she? I couldn't tell you. But before she revives the other one. So that was basically that. I guess I would have to admit that that was a pretty cheap way of doing that. I mean, in the end, it would have been a little bit more interesting and tense to go in here on my own. But also, we haven't done a whole lot of, like, summon boss fights, right? We've done maybe Mitha, the weird snake lady. We've done her. And that's basically almost it. We've also done some Benhart ones, totally. And right, I totally forgot about the fact that this was now also our third summoning of Benhart, and that means we have completed his whole quest line, essentially. Now we only need to talk to him. And that is also very much something we are going to already take care of in this episode, probably. But also, that is then the whole part where I was saying in the beginning that I have done a lot of this stuff previously before, previously before would be redundant, I guess. But anyway, while I'm stumbling over my English left and right, I'm now gonna go ahead and use the Aged Feather, an item that the Emerald Herald gave us actually, to just very quickly get back to the bonfire and be able to teleport to where we need to be next. So what did I do now? I maybe should talk about this a little bit more. Why did I go down to new area, didn't talk about the area too much, and then just went ahead and killed the boss and immediately got out of there? That might be confusing to a few of you. But we're not done with that area yet, and that is basically the main reason why I didn't talk about it too much yet. It's just a very convenient thing to do to take care of these guys right there, because otherwise, I hate to spoil it, but I guess I have no option now, since I committed to the sentence. You're going to have to deal with back-to-back boss fights. So yes, there will in fact be another boss fight down there, but that is not until a little bit later on. So probably very much advised to get this out of the way while we're at it. So first King's Gate thingy that you want to do is probably Alia's Keep, Dragon Eyrie, Shrine. Then the second one, Throne of Want. You can basically exchange both of those any way you want. And then the last one that you probably want to go to is now going to be in the Forest of the Fallen Giants. So let's teleport there and then have a good time in this area that we haven't been to in so long. It really has been long. It has been a long time. We haven't been here in like 20 episodes or something like that. And that just blows my mind. Really kind of crazy how fast we've gotten through this game. And there's not a lot left in it. I've already said this before, but guys, I gotta stress it again right here, so you better pay attention. Mark my words, there's not much left in the game. And maybe that is actually a good little thing to talk about. How does this compare to Dark Souls 1, maybe? So, is this game longer than Dark Souls 1? Is it more difficult than Dark Souls 1? That is something I don't think I've touched on too much. And while everything that I'm now going to say should be taken with a grain of salt, just because I'm maybe not the best like representation of length that you are just going to put into the game, and also how hard of a time you're gonna have. While I'm not that, let me go ahead and tell you that Dark Souls 1 I beat in like, must have been somewhere in between 40 and 50 hours, right? I would probably go ahead and say 50. And then this I beat in mere 28 hours. So, I guess in that sense, shorter, you would assume. But then again, I've also heard that it's very much been the other way around for a lot of people. So, I would probably suggest that it kind of depends on the time, I don't know, that you're going to spend exploring. I did explore quite a bit, but not as much as I could have, I guess. And also, it kind of depends on your build. There's going to be builds in the game that are just going to allow for a much easier time. Then everything is just relative in Dark Souls. You can spend frickin' 20 attempts on a boss and not finish it. You could only use one and then have, like, I don't know, a fraction of the time that you would have spent with a different build. So in that sense, all of this is not really representative whatsoever, but I certainly spent way less time with Dark Souls 2, and I also would go ahead and say that I found it to be easier. But that only because I of course also then had already played through Dark Souls 1, so I already kind of knew what I was getting into right here. So for a lot of people, this game is more difficult. For a lot of people, this game is the longer one out of the two. My experience has been the opposite, though, so keep that in mind, most certainly. Anyway, so we are back in the Forest of the Fallen Giants. We're here to take care of a bunch of things right now. One of them being doing the whole Ashen Mist Heart bit, right? And that is basically the only thing, not just one. We're now going to make use of the Ashen Mist Heart, and that allows you to, as you might remember, enter the memories of the Withered. Is that what it says? I believe it's something like that. And that is totally what we're going to do right here. So let's sprint by all of these guys, because we don't like them, we don't really appreciate them. We are just here to do other stuff, more important stuff, I should probably say. And yeah, I did say the giant corpses, tree thingies, are basically the Withered that they are referencing in the item description of that Ashen Mist Heart. And we can now use this exact heart to enter the memories of these giants. So there's a bunch of them. There's, I believe, like 3 or 4. I could be wrong. I really don't know. And as I already hinted at in the beginning of this episode, this is actually a part that I've not really done before. So this is now me going into this giant memory for the very first time. There's only one you need to enter, and that is also the only one that I entered back when I first did my playthrough here with Dark Souls 2. And at that time, I actually did not realize that there were a lot of other ones around. I mean, I kind of knew. Of course, I did run into them and figured out that there are people around, but I didn't realize that you could enter all of them. So at the time, I just didn't do them. I didn't go back and do all the other optional ones. There's only one that you need to do. So this very much new territory for me. So I'm really excited, and this should be quite dramatic. I might even get oh my god, I might even get a trophy right here, because I believe this guy gives you something that unlocks a trophy as well. So let's just see about it. Find out how all of this is going to develop now.
Whether you are guided by bravery or brashness.
Oh, shit, sorry for that.
This is no place for you.
Cool.
I am Drummond, and the Lord has placed this fort in my hands. Whoever you are, I forgive your trespass, but leave this place immediately. Just mention my name, and no man will challenge. And even if you don't, by now, my men have not the will to resist. Soon the giants will descend upon this fort. It is revenge for the kingdom's misguided barbarism. The venerable lord built this kingdom to bring prosperity to his subjects. What has transformed him so, I cannot imagine.
What has transformed him so I could not or cannot imagine. So he's talking about Vendrick right there, by the way. So apparently he has already gotten kind of insane by this point, or has at least been affected by something at this point. Of course, I should say that we are basically in the past right now. This is very much back when the giants originally attacked the fort. And we're now inside the memory of one of those giants.
My father and his father, both the giants.
Right, is there anything like really important they're gonna say? Because I'm probably just gonna skip through the rest of all of this right here. So they apparently have a king. He will be a thing to topple. Ha 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 ha. And yeah, that is actually also basically part of that non-optional memory that you have to enter. There's a giant king that you basically then have to fight. Some actually, yeah, I kind of think that that is also then the last giant. So basically, the last giant, the very first boss in the game that you are going to be fighting, only basically in his prime when he was still like fit and all kinds of cool and stuff like that. So anything else then? Mr. Drummond, Captain Drummond, there we go. Aw, Gesture Maestro. Thank you so much, that is so nice of you. That is not actually the trophy that I was expecting there, but I guess that is also something I never have gotten before. So okay, Drummond sits here, he's basically dead. Yeah, and he will actually die because you find his armor set. As you can see, I'm even wearing it right now. You can find it right after the Pursuer boss fight. Okay, so let's explore all of this. I'm really scared. I don't know what to be expecting at all. All I know is we are going to be fighting some giants down here in the memories of the giants. So you will be facing a few of them, at least from what I read. Of course, once again, this is now the first time that I'm doing this, and I just, oh my Jesus. Okay. Hello, mister. Can you go through the door? I wouldn't expect you to, but please. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. The ashen mist has thinned. What does that mean? I mean, in the beginning it did say that I can't stay in here forever, but now actually finding out that they're kind of putting some pressure on me sucks to some extent. I didn't quite expect that to happen right here already, but alright. Whatever. There's another giant over there. I don't know if there's anybody around here. There's certainly a corpse that I can loot. Fireseed is something you can upgrade your pyromancy with. So apparently we got kicked out there. I didn't really realize that you could only stay in here for a very short amount of time. But of course, we can just re-enter it, I would assume. So let's go ahead and do that. Then not listen to the entire frickin' novel that just Drummond throws at you. And much rather focus on the killing of said giants. So, blah blah blah, I know. All we want to do though is go back in and then have a good time in the memory of, what is it even? Something with V, isn't it? Vamar? Is it Vamar? Is it Vamos? I mean, that's mostly Spanish last time I checked, but right? Or no, Vamanos? I don't know. I've only had 1 year of Spanish in school, so don't blame me. And even, I should also stress, the little bit of Spanish that I had was during my exchange year. Excuse me? Was during the exchange year that I did in the US. So I sat there learning Spanish, at least a little bit of Spanish, while also like talking English and being a German. It was really a strange experience. I really enjoyed it though. Certainly should note that. And also what I should note is the fact that I actually went ahead and purchased like 1,000,000 arrows before starting the recording, so hopefully everybody's just excited about that. I know Christmas, like early Christmas, basically. That's what I was trying to get at there. Probably could have presented that whole joke, like quote-unquote joke, in a much better way, but whatever. You're probably used to all of this nonsense by now if you've been following the channel for quite a while. Yeah, poison arrow is really awesome. I really like him. Probably my favorite kind of arrows. That is one additional giant dead. I'm a big fan of the speed with which they die. They're not the strongest, it seems, but also there's much stronger ones. I should also very much stress that. So come on, dude. Whatever freaking kind you are, you kind of look like a mage, and I'm really actually kind of terrified about all of that. But basically what I'm getting at here, please go and die, will you? So, that might take care of him. I'm not gonna freaking like bet on it, but there we go. Totally did do the trick, and that makes me very happy. Okay, so we'll keep going here. So far so good. I have successfully killed 3 giants, and I couldn't be happier with how this is going so far. Pretty neat in my opinion. I hope that fire is not gonna be of issue. Instead, I'm just gonna pick up some stuff. I can't take this. Oh, you can't take the book? That's quite funny. But I also don't at all know how long... Oh my god, okay. How much longer this now is going to be. I really don't know how long these memories are. The only one that I've been to, so the non-optional one, is relatively short. I would probably already go out and say that it's shorter than this one right here. Oh, I didn't mean to do that and waste it like that, but alright. Whatever. There's more giants now. I didn't realize he had full health. It sucks. Quite a bit, actually. I mean, they luckily put all these very, very narrow doorways right here, making it really easy for me to, I don't know, keep the guys at a distance. That was also really strange of him. Why do the giants have a tendency of just falling over like that? Is he gonna completely... Is he not even going to completely follow me here? That is actually quite disappointing. But yeah, as you can see, there's a bigger one right there. And that is kind of the only one that I know. At least I think that that is the one that is also in the non-optional memory of the giant. So, I don't know. I guess I do have to apologize to some extent just for the fact that I'm not really knowledgeable at all when it comes to all of these giant memories. But I mean, also it might be some nice change of pace right here, because all the other stuff I've done, all the other stuff I could just narrate over top of. Here it's more of a immersive experience, at least for me it is. So please let me know how you feel about these kinds of videos right here. Anyway, that should take care of the one guy. Then there's only... Oh, I keep hitting the wrong buttons. Oh, the mist has thinned already. That sucks. You know what? That actually really freaking sucks. I don't know if I want to fight you just one-on-one. I guess we might go ahead and just try that out for a second here. But I want to get through this now before it freaking fades and kicks me out and stuff like that. Because if so, I'm probably not going to go back in. I'm probably just going to go on to the next one. So pretty freaking... Pretty freaking miserable that I'm now... I might go in again. I might go in again and do something really risky that I don't know if I should be doing that. But I'm just gonna go back in and then actually run through it. Because I don't know if there's anything at the end. If there's like items for me or maybe another character to talk to. So let's try to just run through it. Might be a bad idea. If I were to take a guess right here, probably a bad idea, but... I want to see what's at the end of this now. I don't want to just skip to the next one. That would be kind of boring. So I actually might go ahead and just fast forward through most of this, and then we'll see. I'm gonna either die, I guess, or just meet you back at wherever we want to be. So yeah. Alright guys, I just sprinted by all these guys. I mean, I ended up fighting a few of them just to make some space for myself and just give me some safe zones, basically. So yeah, I don't know. We probably don't have all that much time now left in all of this. And oh, there's actually another dude right up here. So let me take care of him using the poison arrows yet again. My really just preferred method, it seems. I mean, at least once I am then out of lightning spears. But oh fuck, okay, I didn't realize that was actually going to be a thing. Let's probably just leave the fuck alone. Leave this guy the fuck alone, something like that. And heal up, because I don't want to die now. We're already so damn close to beating this, I would assume at least. That it's probably not a good idea to now mess all of this up. So there's another additional item right here. Let's go ahead and get that. Bonfire acidic. I could really just take it or leave it, I guess. And then everything else right here seems to be mostly optional, right? I mean, there's another thing right here. Giant Warrior Club. Cool stuff. Anything else, though? There's another chest right here that I just totally didn't know existed. So we'll just explore the rest of this and then do the other giant memories afterwards. Another kite shield? Pretty neat. There's actually some really fancy things in here that I've never really just known about up until now. Anybody else? Is there anybody? Oh, it's thinned already. Run up there. I believe there was another item for me to pick up. There's very much one right here. And then there's actually another freaking giant around as well. And he's probably just gonna freaking destroy me right now. Let's at least get the item. Then maybe roll off and get into safe territory. This has to be it though now, right? Oh, there's another item right here. This has to be it now though, right? There's not anything else in here. And yeah, then it also fades. So if I miss anything, please let me know. But from what I can tell, that must have been it right there. Actually now taking a look at the time, probably not going to finish all the memories in this episode. And that is something I didn't expect, but then also I did not expect the memories to be this long. At least the one that I just did right there. Seemingly pretty long. So we might do another one. There's at least another location that I already know. So yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and take care of that still in this episode, and then probably call it a day and finish the rest of the memories only in the next one. So hopefully you enjoyed everything up until now. We are, let me think actually about this for a quick second here. We're now gonna go past the pursuer. That is where we want to go next. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm probably gonna rest at the bonfire for a second here just to take care of these guys and how they aggroed and all that stuff, and then just of course hop down the ladder. We already know where to go. It should be fairly easy. I might even skip a few guys in the process and then just have a good time with all of this. So maybe to quickly get back to my whole talk from earlier, right? Where I was saying stuff about the length of Dark Souls 2 compared to 1, and also the difficulty of Dark Souls 2 compared to 1. I still wanted to stress that the New Game Plus is just fantastic in this game, especially compared to Dark Souls 1. There's just so much more in there, and that is also where I had the toughest times in my whole Dark Souls 2 and the time I spent with the game. So that is really where it just puts entirely new challenges on you. There's more enemies, really just interesting ways of, yeah, just how they change known encounters. So just for example, boss fights, a few boss fights are not going to be the same, and that is actually something I very much appreciate. So in that sense, Dark Souls 2 is definitely more difficult than the first one. In New Game Plus, at least, it very much is. So anyway, Bernard right here. Let's talk to the dude and see what he's gonna say. I would assume that we're now gonna finish this questline right here, in this very moment, right here.
Let us stay apart, will she?
Okay.
The old sword's caught your attention.
Let's just keep talking to him.
They say it is crafted with moonlight, and we all know what that means. It wards off evil. And I wouldn't trade her for all the riches in the world. It's said that no man has ever teased out the sword's true power. But
Okay, dude.
to the sword. But this
Is that all you're gonna say, actually?
you will
Oh,
have
wait.
to pry it from.
Apparently not.
Have a great date. I, Ben Hart, swear. Have a great day.
Alright, that's now gonna finish all of that. I actually expected him to give me all this stuff now, because we did summon him on 3 fights. Maybe we have to do it for one more, though. Maybe the whole Throne Watcher Defender one doesn't count. I couldn't really tell you, unfortunately. I'm not all that familiar with the exact requirements for the whole completion of his quest line, but I'm sure we'll achieve it in one of these upcoming episodes, because there's totally the whole giant boss fight that I guess I have already spoiled you, where you can summon him for as well, and then once again the second boss fight down in the Throne of Want. So now Memory of Oro. Pretty freaking interesting. Another one of those that I have not done before. So, oh, Bernard is actually also in here. Maybe this is now gonna, I don't know. I'm just not gonna say anything anymore.
I see your travels way upon you yet. Just remember, I'm always. My homeland is in the Far East, a kingdom of honourable fighting men. And this sword yet awaits a true man to wield it. I know how swords think, you see. My homeland.
Alright. You know what? If I remember correctly, I mean, once again, I might be totally wrong about this, but I actually think that now talking to him in the real world is going to finish all of this. So let's now just try to deal with all of this shit right here. Try dashing through and then treasure. Do I want to do that? Because it frickin' sounds like the worst idea I've ever just heard about. Like, straight up. Sounds terrible. I'm probably just gonna instead spend some lightning spears on this at first, and then later on, once we run out of them or stuff like that. Shit. Who actually now fired a freaking ballista at me? It just seemed like freaking nonsense right there. But okay. How does it go? Fool me once, shame on. I don't know. I'm very German at times. I should also very much stress that. So let's climb up the ladder. That is at least something us Germans can do very well. And then pick up some interesting items right here. There's actually people shooting at me? That doesn't make any fucking sense. I'm freaking here helping you guys. Have you realized? Have you realized that the giants are the freaking evil? At least supposedly, they are the ones you should be freaking fighting right here, not the savior that traveled back in time to freaking save you. I don't know how that makes sense, but all right. If they decided to design it that way, I guess I'm just gonna have to accept it, because in the end, FromSoft is oh, can I not? Oh, I barely hit him there. So if I can poison him now, I'm going to be probably the happiest person on YouTube. Oh, I really like it. I'm just gonna hit it a few more times just to expedite things a little bit here. There we go. Awesome. That should probably take care of him. And now we're gonna move on with all of this. So there's still a big giant running around, and I'm probably just gonna finish off the guy using the lightning spears. I don't really know why he's now aggressively just running there very strangely, but alright, whatever. Then again, I don't wanna now go ahead and like judge the traditions and habits of giants, because in the end, I don't know nothing about them. All I know is that they apparently came here to attack some dudes, to kind of, I guess, take revenge. Vendrick went over there and attacked them. Now they're back attacking Vendrick, so at least as far as I can tell, that's pretty fair, isn't it? Soul of a what? Oh, all right. That was a pretty quick one then. Maybe I missed something. Once again, let me know if I did. But that seemingly is a pretty cool. No, wait. And then again, there was that other dude up there that I never got to, and I believe he was in a chest. So the one that I just poisoned towards the end there. That's the one I'm talking about right now. But whatever, we're gonna go back in and then explore that a little bit more. Benhart is now gone. I don't know what's happening anymore. But I guess we'll go back in. That is now going to be the absolute final thing I'm gonna do in this episode. Next time, we of course are gonna take care of the remaining memories that you can now enter using the Ashen Mist Heart. But already pretty exciting episode right here for me. Because as I've said, probably just approximately like 10 times already. Have never done this. Maybe going up here is going to be what solves that whole issue for me. The issue of never encountering that one person. There's a bunch of hollows. You know what? They totally might have been hollows, and that's the reason why they attacked me there. The guys I was complaining about so much a little bit earlier. Fuck, they're actually dealing a lot of damage. So, yeah. Probably were hollows, and that was probably the reason why they attacked me so much. Ah, it all comes together now. Don't hit me. Anyway, what does that do? What does the lockstone do? Should I explore it? I don't really believe that this is going to be a trap. So, yeah, you know what? Let's just put it in there and see what it does. Oh, it opens up a secret. Opens up a secret passage. Hello? What is that? Illusory wall ahead. There's a trap pointless. Okay, well, if it's saying that, I'm probably just gonna trust it and not use that lockstone. Also, bro, fuck, okay. Well, thank you so much for that, I guess. Is there still a illusory wall ahead, though? There totally is. That is so surprising. I don't know what's happening anymore. This is just madness to me right now. This I can safely open, at least seemingly. So let's get that out of the way. Pick up a steel helm and a bunch of other steel stuff there, and then this one is going to contain what? It's an item, and that item is another fire seed. Not very stoked about that, to be completely honest, but alright. Also, probably should not complain about it either. Anyway, we can now go up here, another level it seems, and what that is going to be about, you will find out in the next episode. I'm just kidding. Let's actually go up here and see what this is all about. Alright, I'm scared out of my mind. There's more giants there. Do I want to lightning spear them? Do I want to poison them? Probably want to lightning spear them first, just because that is essentially the quickest way of oh shit! Quickest way of taking care of them. I need to be really careful now, though, because that almost finished me there. That almost ended my life. There's another dude. Can I maybe snipe him from afar? I'm not doing like a pirate impression right now. I was about to say I totally can hit him every once in a while, at least. Although he's just the best dodging giant I've ever seen in my life. You would think that those guys are really just clumsy and not capable of doing anything. At least looking at agility and stuff like that. But this dude, shit. Okay, you do your knock thing. I do a backstab. Whoa. Alright, I didn't expect that. I'm very happy that I now was able to witness all of this, though. So what else is there in here? Just a really strange part of the game, in my opinion. I mean, it's not like I'm super familiar with it, so maybe that is part of the reason why I'm now just finding this really strange. But just looking at the atmosphere, this is unlike anything in Dark Souls 2, and simply because of that, it already makes it just kind of strange, I guess. Anyway, what else is there now? There's certainly something for me to drop onto. Treasure ahead. I can get down with that. That is totally fine by me. I mean, not really the most psyched about the weird just souls I failed. Help me. Can I land on that? Ashen Mist has thinned. That sucks. Basically means we're out of here in just a matter of seconds. Maybe there's something else I can pick up. It almost doesn't look like it, though. So, you know what? I'm probably just going to go ahead and say that this now concludes this memory and also very much this episode. What is up with that whole thing? Maybe that's just a tease. Maybe they don't really want you to land on it. Maybe that was the worst decision I've ever made in my life, but also the Ashen Mist fades and we are totally safe. So, alright. That was a pretty interesting one in my opinion. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it as well. I, of course, will be back with more Dark Souls 2. And then, as I already said, we're going to take care of the remaining memories, giant memories, and also the other one that I haven't told you about yet. But that is all going to be very interesting. Also, what I'm totally going to do is take a look at the whole Benhart quest line and why I haven't really unlocked the end of that, and also the trophy connected to that just yet. But hopefully I can then tell you all about it once we start the next episode. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I will be back with more, and then we are going to get closer and closer to the end of Dark Souls 2. So yeah, I'll see you then. Goodbye guys, have a good one.